Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for a late night video right here, right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below. On this channel, or all my other 4 channels, which are down there, dude, you know where, down in the description box. And as always, find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell, smack it around, shine it up real nice. But don't stick it up your candy ass. Well, haters, you can do that. But it is what it is. But smash that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever, oh, baby, ever miss an upload. And if you do, well, fuck you. Well, too bad for you. So, but if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button to death like it's somebody you owe money to. And hit the subscribe button on this channel and my other channels down in the description box. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video wherever you feel like sharing the video. And don't forget to tap that bell and get notified. And if you're not getting notified, then unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the bell. Maybe YouTube will wake up and send my videos out to you. And if not, then well, you can continue to blame Susan. That cunt. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. It's what it is. YouTube's broken. But it's been broken for 12 years. So going on 13. But it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It's late. It's 1:11 in the morning. Make a wish. So hope you made a wish. You know, if it's a myth. You know, every like 11:11. You know, it's an In This Moment song called 11:11, and at 11:11 a.m. or p.m. you make a wish, or 10:10, 5:55, 4:44, whatever time. You know, you look at your watch or you look at your cell phone or your computer. If it's like has like 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 11:11, stuff like that. Just make a wish. Maybe it'll come true. Who knows? It's just a myth, so I'm just saying. But all started with the great band In This Moment. But I digress. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Tuesday night, November the 16th, 2021, or if you're now watching from somewhere else in the world, it is now November the 17th, 2021. We have hit the midpoint of November, and as of this particular video, as of right now, we are about to be a week and a day away from Thanksgiving, that big holiday we all know and love, where we get fat, eating a lot of turkey and all that good shit, and then proceed to watch a whole ton of football. So we got that coming up next Thursday. So we're getting ready for the holiday season to appear, and hopefully for you people, it'll be a great holiday season going into Thanksgiving and Hanukkah for my Jewish people out there, and then going into Christmas. And we are about to hit the 5-week mark before the greatest day in the world, my birthday, and Jesus Christ's birthday, and no, my good friend and yours, Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead. Ace of Spades got a wart in my face. All right, rock out with you, cock out. You know, that guy. You know what I'm talking about. And that's it. Get ready for that in about on 5 weeks from Friday. So we're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. About 30 some odd days away. A little over 30, 37 days away as of right now till my birthday. I'm counting down the days, the minutes, the hours until I hit that. Well, I'm not gonna hit that ripe old age of 40 plus 5. So It is what it is, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. Because I'm getting a lot of gifts and unit. That's that. But that's that. So we got that coming up. We got in 6 weeks from Friday. We got the end of the year. So time flies when you're having fun. Just hope that when the winter comes, we don't get hit with a blizzard or anything like that. It's gonna probably be cold, and we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. We got the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade next week. Yeah. The balloons are have been already pre-tested and everything. We're gonna see Baby Yoda, or Grengle, or whatever the Goro Grengle, whatever his real name is, Grengle Gorin. I don't know. Basically from the Mandalorian. And we see, the usual cast of characters, balloons, Ronald McDonald. Maybe we'll see Goku. Yeah, they have a Goku balloon. Why can't you have Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans? Why must I be second best to you, Kakarot? I'm just saying, there should be a Vegeta balloon. I'm just saying, but there isn't. And I'm not that. So get through that. We got a dog show sometime. I think that day too. Nobody's gonna watch that shit because everybody's gonna be watching football at around 12:30 in the afternoon until basically 11 o'clock at night. So, and then proceed to pick out all freaking afternoon and maybe the evening, depending on where you live and what time you have Thanksgiving lunch or dinner or whatever. That's all I got to say about that. So, yeah. So next week gonna be a big week with Thanksgiving and Black Friday, Cyber Saturday, Cyber Monday on the 29th, the start of Hanukkah. It's just, the holidays are here, ladies and gentlemen. The holidays are here, and I hope you're going to be starting your Christmas shopping pretty soon. I already started mine weeks ago. I just got to actually put the order in. So, be doing that in a couple weeks, right before my birthday. So, got a couple things I want to get, and then hopefully, yeah, I can see I have some other gifts that I want to get for, but we'll see what happens with that as we get there. But it is what it is. That's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I talked for 8 minutes. Let's get into this. I don't want to waste any more time. All right, hope you had a great day on this Tuesday. Well, now Wednesday, early Wednesday morning here in the Northeast. It was another cold day here in the Northeast. Nice sunny day, though, but it was nice. Nice and chilly, cold, whatever it is. But it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit warmer. It's going to be about 56, 57 degrees. And then Thursday is going to be right in around the mid 60s, 65, 67. Might rain Thursday night. And then it's going to go down by this weekend. It's going to get really cold on Saturday. It's going to be about 42, 45 degrees. And then starts warming up again by Monday. Back up to about 57. So, but it's going to rain maybe Sunday and then all day Monday. So I'm probably going to lose signal. So I'm probably not going to be able to watch Monday Night Raw this Monday. I don't know what it is going to anyway. But that shit fest that was last night. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, I put up a quickie 32-second semi raw review, basically saying it sucked. I was taking a dump, and I flushed Raw and I flushed Survivor Series down the toilet. So it is what it is. Go check it out on my Instagram. My handle is down in the description box. So check it out and follow me. That's that. But all right. So coming off of a really, really, really bad, horrible go home show for Monday Night Raw, we come to Tuesday night with 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 NXT 2.0, and as of right now, as of this video, on this late Tuesday night, November the 16th, 2021, or if you're not watching from almost like November 17th, like I said, it is time for your late night NXT 2.0 review for November the 16th, 2021, from Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. All right, so NXT, another week of NXT 2.0. As we're getting ready, see what NXT has coming up. As they starting the build and hype to December the 5th, which is their last event of the year, which is going to be War Games on December the 5th from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. So got that big, as we all know, War Games, the double ring, double cage match between the men and the men and the women. They fight in teams of 4, maybe 5. Well, the women, this year the women, we got 4, and I'll get to that later. And then we'll find out what happens with the men's side of War Games and what else may come your way at War Games coming up in 2 weeks from Sunday. So got a little bit more time to build, and we'll see what happens with that as we get the War Games. So we'll get to the show in just a second. I went to do an earlier video about this kind of announcement that I heard this from some other guy. You know who he is, like the guy that clickbaits a lot, but you know what it is. But at least this time he didn't really clickbait. So I was kind of watching him a little bit. Then I actually had to go on Ringside News, make sure everything was legit. And pretty much the first main story on Ringside News today was that NXT 2.0 is going to be going TV 14 pretty soon. I don't know the actual date, but it's going to be going from TV, I guess it's TV PG, back to the Attitude Era, TV 14. Well, not even near the Attitude Era, TV 14 pretty damn soon. And there are rumors that Raw and SmackDown will be going TV 14 as well. I don't know, going the rest of this year or going into 2022. And this is per Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So Vince, he knows that AEW is a threat now, and he tries to stay one step behind, or tries to get one step ahead of AEW, even though AEW is TV 14. At this point, they should go to TVMA, but it is what it is. But yeah, Vince and the WWE are going back to becoming what they used to be in the Attitude Era. They're going to be TV 14, starting with NXT, and then maybe later on Raw and SmackDown go to TV 14. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, really, I don't think it matters with NXT because they're basically, their demo is 18 to 35, so doesn't really matter that they can go to TV 14 because the demo is going to be the same, and pretty much the same for Raw and SmackDown. Just the product, what you see on TV, might be a little bit more edgy, maybe more violence, maybe more sex. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we got Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan of Toxic Attraction, the sexiest thing on NXT right now. Next to EO, of course, but that's just it is what it is. But but we might see some more edginess with the WWE. coming up in the next few weeks, going into 2022, and then going into 2022 as we hit January 1st with the day one pay per view. We'll see what happens with that on Raw, SmackDown, and especially on pay per view. But we'll see what happens with that. But my overall thoughts about them WWE going back to TV 14, I care less because I still think AEW is just gonna blow them out in the water, like they did with Full Gear. I think Full Gear was great. I mean, just watch my review video ago. Go to my last video with my Full Gear review and how great it was. So, though a lot of people, though there was some speculation that it wasn't as good as All Out, but I thought it was an amazing show. First three matches were excellent. Then the middle part was kind of blah. For the Cody match, Cody Pac tag team match was blah. The women's match was meh. Wasn't great, but it is what it is. The Jericho match, the Inner Circle, the 10-man street fight with the Inner Circle and America's Top Team wasn't as great or hardcore as it should have been. The women's match was okay-ish, but I think the last two matches were pretty damn good. CM Punk and Eddie Kingston, and then the main event with Hangman Adam Page and Kenny was awesome. Adam Page is the new champ, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night on Dynamite. Adam Page is going to have a hometown celebration, and he officially has called November 17th National Cowboy Shit Day. So we shall see what happens with that celebration. Does Daniel Bryan come out and get involved? What happens with that? Or do the Bucks come out? We'll see what happens with all that and his celebration. I think the Dark Order be around there somewhere. We'll have to see with that. And speaking of Kenny is supposed to get evaluated tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be before Dynamite, but I would think before Dynamite goes on the air. And we'll see what happens with all that. And we'll see what happens. That's pretty much it. All right. Just looking at the TV for a second. Because there's something on that I have it on pause. But anyway. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. So Kenny's getting evaluated tomorrow. There's stories going around that Kenny's going to be taking the rest of the year off because he's been going full throttle for a long time right now. We saw a video of him getting chiropractic work done on his shoulder before Full Gear. He worked Full Gear with a messed up shoulder. And that's why he couldn't lift anything. I think not during the show. I mean, that's the garbage men are outside. That's why you might hear a noise in the background. Thank you for the preview. So we'll see what happens with Kenny tomorrow. Sources say that he's going to be leaving. Like I said, he's going to be taking some time off. So I don't know how they're going to write him off. Like he's just going to go away to fix himself and get better because he's suffering from vertigo as well, which is not good. And plus, wants to heal up and get through these injuries and shit. So they could write him off. Like I kind of mentioned on my review that the Bucks and Adam Cole come out. Maybe Don Callis comes out, and basically they do a reverse 2017 where Kenny was the leader of Bullet Club Elite, baby, and they kicked out They kicked out Adam Cole, and then brought Marty in to replace him, and then basically after that, on BTE they killed Adam Cole at the PWG show when he drank that monster that was laced with drugs or whatever it was. And then they had to bring him back 4 years later. Now he's all good, best buddies with Kenny, even though Kenny's kind of like, if we see BTE lately, Kenny's like, I don't want nothing to do with Adam, And Adam's all buddy with the Bucks again. Maybe Kenny's kind of feeling like a little jealous. It's like maybe this wasn't the right thing to do, bringing him back from the dead. So they could do a reverse somehow on BTE where Kenny drinks a monster, or, that Adam maybe like drugged him or something like that. He drinks the the water or the monster, and basically he dies. So that he writes him off of BTE. I mean, we'll have to see well, not this week, but probably next week's BTE, because already had this week's BTE yesterday with Adam Page winning the title and everything. So I haven't watched that yet. I gotta watch the last two BTEs so to catch up. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Wednesday night. I want on Dynamite. Got a whole stacked card on that show already with Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa in the second round of the women's title tournament, the TBS Women's Title Tournament. Got that. We got Bryan Danielson. Yes, your new number one contender for Adam Page's world title. He takes on Evil Uno of the Dark Order. We'll see what happens with that. You also got Sammy Guevara defending the TNT title against the brand new member of All Elite Wrestling, Black Machismo. Ooh yeah, Chilito. If you will, for the TNT title, it should be awesome. We got Dante Martin and Leo Rush taking on the Acclaimed. We'll see what happens with that. And all the other fallout from the aftermath of Full Gear coming your way tomorrow night from Norfolk, Virginia, or Richmond, Virginia. Well, it's in Virginia. Let's just put it like that. But it's going to be in the Cowboys' hometown. I'm going to see a celebration of National Cowboy Shit Day. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see. Tomorrow should be pretty damn good on Dynamite. And that's it. Then we'll get you the Raw rating and hopefully the NXT rating by sometime tomorrow. And we'll see what happens with all that. All right. So I'll do that tomorrow on my Raw review sometime tomorrow afternoon. Because I got some things to do in the morning. And then I gotta do some errands in the afternoon. So I'll probably around 3, maybe 4 o'clock on the Kill Demons channel. My Raw review. Check it. Hit the bell to get notified when the live video goes up. We'll go live with the Raw review. Talk about how bad Raw was. And then we'll get to your AEW review hopefully tomorrow night on this very channel. And that's pretty much it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with your NXT 2.0 review for November the 16th, 2021. Like I said, from Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. All right, let's get to it. Let's not waste any more time. All right, so we are live from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida for 2.0. Always are. There's a sometimes a down jacket. Play guy, and our the man Stu. You call him Bad News Wade Barrett. I'm afraid I've got some bad news to be coming out. Oh, you thought Harry Potter, there was no Harry Potter movies coming out anymore. After the last one, after that 2-part last stupid movie that was. Oh yeah, Harry Potter's coming back. There's another movie coming back or another book coming out, I think. It's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I think my sister sending me that. Not that I care about Harry Potter, but she does. Because she's one of those people. It's weird. But I digress. So we got that. Joseph, Beth fucking Phoenix, Wade Barrett. Oh, I'm afraid. I got some bad news. So we got towards woman. And I will see what happens with that. See what happens. Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Kid, the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, and Mr. Braun Breaker. And we could see Breaker Ciampa 2 coming up, maybe at NXT games. In anymore. We start off and every blah blah blah. Down slang plays and the well sucks. Dexter Lumis, Mr. Indy Hall, not anymore. Technically, still story on NXT, but from what I'm hearing, Indy's been doing a lot of dark matches. I believe on he's on I think on SmackDown, so might be seeing her on the main roster pretty soon. So I might split them up. I don't know. Or Indy cheats on Dexter. I don't know. Or maybe something happens with Persia Parada, which I'll get to in a minute. So we got that. So creepy Dexter Lumis comes to the ring, and his opponent for tonight is, hey, my paisan, my god tonight, Tony D'Angelo. Hey, bye, my paisan, Tony D'Angelo. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So it's Taco Tuesday. What tacos tonight? I had a nice, good, which is as good as a taco, made especially by, who. Yeah, she's back, ladies and gentlemen, to annoy me. But I digress. So, if you had a taco, good. You had a burrito, good. You had a quesadilla, great. But I had an empanada, so it is what it is. I know, I could have went Italian. Could have got a chicken roll or some calamari, some pasta, Parmesan. So it is what it is. Italian cousin Tony comes to the ring, and he faces off against Dexter. Now, this is fallout from D'Angelo kind of suggesting last week that Dexter was about to get whacked, Soprano style. Maybe because you know how the Mafia does. That's how the Mafia does, The Mafia does things, whack! Put them in cement shoes and send them out to the river. Like I want to do all these trolls, but it is what it is. So anyway, Tony D'Angelo goes to the ring. Then we see Dexter come out, and there's a drawing that he did of Tony, showing him sleeping with the fishes, or actually sleeping in a school of fish per se. So that kind of pisses D'Angelo off as he bails away to start, gets caught a boot des press, gets back up. D'Angelo gets a few shots of his own in on Dexter, takes him over with, and he gets a chin lock on Dexter. Dexter fights back, but Tony snaps his throat across the top rope. Ow. And with Dexter staggered, Tony grabs the easel that the drawing was on. He brings it in. He tries um and AJ he takes it away from him. What's that? Be whatever that was. I saw something on my on the side. Probably my computer being stupid. So anyway, so that's all that Tony needs as he goes up to Dexter and goes, does the old Roddy Piper poke in the eye behind the referee's back. Then he hits a fisherman's neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. My good Pais, hey, my Bazan got another win. He is still undefeated in NXT. Cheap way to win. Hey, gotta win. Hey, gotta win by any means necessary. You know, that's how that's how the Italians do it. You know what I mean? You don't fuck with the Italians, but it is what it is. So Dexter loses. No, by chicanery. It is what it is. So Tony wins in just over 3 minutes. Match, nothing great. Crappy finish, but it is what it is. I still gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Afterwards, Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, they come out, go after Dexter, because, you know, what happened last week or so ago. Actually, yeah, last week with Dexter and Johnny kind of playing no pun intended tricks on Trick Williams and Carmelo, as Pete Dunne got the win over the NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes. Blah blah blah, and then doing this and this and that. Hey, so we got that. Trick Williams come out, beating the living shit out of Dexter. Then they put his hand in the chair, and Carmelo goes up top. They Pillmanize his hand, and Dexter like barely feels anything. Kind of feels like he broke his hand, but we don't know if he broke his hand. So anyway, so he's all happy, like, oh, we broke his hand. Oh, dude, we break his hand. Anyway, I think Johnny Gargano's to say, but it's just a little bit too late. So we have that. So it sucks to be you, Dexter Lumis. No, you can't touch. You have to use one hand to bang, bang in the or just let her do for the rest of your life. But it is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. One hand. You're banging. I don't know. Got one hand to use. So we'll see what happens. So I gave the aftermath 2.25. And we'll move on from there. And that's that. If it's lagging, I apologize. It's you know how it is. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, just move on here. All right, after the break, we come back. We see Johnny wrestling. He's on the mic. I think he was in the ring. Yeah, he was in the ring. And he says, "We don't need." I was like, "Don't play. We know what happened. He broke his hand." And he calls Carmelo Hayes. He's like, "Get up!" But instead of him, our good buddy Pete fucking Dunne comes out. But before I'm in on the balcony, there's a balcony there. I guess they built that balcony in the back somewhere. So on the balcony, Trick Williams talks some smack about Johnny. But then Pete Dunne gets on the mic and he wants to know, who the hell are you guys? Then he says he's the same as Carmelo with 10 years more experience. Plus he got a win over him last week. Carmelo doesn't like it. It says, how about next week we do this for the title? And we wait. Be myself, be Carmelo Hayes, North against Johnny Gargano and Pete fucking Dunne for the North American title next week on the program. So I'm like, oh, that's good. Two faces and a heel going at it. We'll see what happens with that. I think Carmelo's going to retain, but we'll see. Carmelo, he's he goes up those catchphrase of his, but he gets cut off by telling by I think the fans telling him that he Johnny Gargano says you don't want to miss the title match. So that's it. So next week, like I said, triple threat match for the North American title. Carmelo Hayes defending against Pete fucking Dunne and Johnny Gargano. And Johnny's gonna be gone on December the 3rd, but they might be giving him an extension. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe he might be going to AEW. We don't know yet. But a guy that may or not be going to AEW is a guy we all know and love as Kevin Steen. Was one I heard today. Kevin Steen might be getting an extension on his contract. So, staying in WWE for maybe another year, another 2 years. I don't know yet. But he's January, so they do extend it once at NXT TakeOver 36. Right. So they could do something like that with Kevin Owens, that he'll probably be around maybe past the Royal Rumble, which is January the 29th, and his contract ends on January the 31st. So maybe he might have just said, okay, I want to stay till WrestleMania, and then leave like on April the 3rd. Is my last day is April the 3rd or something like that. 6th. Maybe he joins up with AEW. I mean, we'll have to monitor the whole thing with Kevin Owens. I hope he does go to AEW. I don't stay any longer than a month or two. Just let him get there. Let him finish up his thing with B. Supposed to have an action or something with him and Seth Rollins and Big E. We'll see what happens with that. So finish up that program, and then maybe do something at day one, and then maybe it'll be in the Royal Rumble. Have a match at the Royal Rumble, and then after that he's gone, or he stays around until the February Saudi Arabia pay-per-view if he goes on it, which I doubt. Or we won't see him until WrestleMania. But we'll see what happens between now and the end of the year. Almost that. But so as Gargano goes, so we'll have to see if he stays. And either he stays and does War Games, and then what happens at War Games? Does his contract end, or what happens? I don't know. Or does he get written off TV by then? I don't know. But we get that. All right, so I gave all that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. So like I said, next week for the North American title, Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, and Carmelo Hayes on the program. All right, after that, we see the Diamond Mine. They're warming up for their match coming up, a 6-man tag team match coming up against the band Odyssey. Oh, not Big Man, not Barry O, but Odyssey Jones. As he teams up with Jacket Time, Mr. Our good friend Kushida and Ikemen Jiro. So we have we see Roddy, we see Reed Brothers, Julius and Brutus, we see Henry Suzuki and the female brute herself, Ivy Nile, and that not gonna be able to no, he's there too. So they're warming up for the match, and then Joe Gacy, Mr. Conservative, comes in, and he likes the idea of a leader, and he kind of wants to join the Diamond Mine. But nobody cares. Bring Parker Bordeaux with you. Make a faction, like a huge faction, like Diamond Mine can get bigger. Already got 5 people: Roddy, besides Malcolm Bivens, Roddy, the Creed brothers, Henry Suzuki, and Ivy Nile. That's 6 people. So let's add 2 more people and make it an 8-person stable. But we'll see what happens with that. So he likes the idea of a leader. Seems to be interested in joining the Diamond Mine. So Mount Bivens says, well, tryouts are in a few weeks, and it'll be $837. That low price of $830. Anybody got $837 to give me? Right now. But I would love to join Diamond Mine if I had $837, but do I? Not in the bank either. Got bills to pay, got a lot of bills. Unless somebody like wires me $1,000, but it is what it is. I can join Diamond Mine, I'll be out of your hair there, trolls. But it is what it is. So Bivens says, try us in a few weeks, and it's going to be $837. So Gacy's like, I don't have that kind of money right now. And then Malcolm Bivens says, here's my card. Think about it. We'll have to see what happens next week or in the next couple weeks, and see if Joe Gacy and me, friend Parker or what's his name, Harden. Yeah, Harden comes with them, and then Diamond Mine gets even bigger. That. All right, so I gave that $2.25, and we'll move on. All right, we get once again the ever-growing Grayson Waller, our friend Eli Drake, and that's not an insult. I don't call him LA Knight because that's a stupid name. So Eli talks, I got a mansion, I got this and that. I wish I had that too, but it is what it is. Says he has all kinds of things, but the same person without them. So I didn't have the hot chicks, I didn't have the cars and the mansion and the pool and everything. I'll still be Eli Drake. I'll still be yours. So anyway, NXT title, but then Grayson Waller, and he got in his way. Eli Grayson Waller can talk all he wants, but there is one superstar around here, and it's not him. So that growing saga continues, and we'll see what happens with that later on. So I gave that 2 out of 5. Back to Wrestling Center for match number 2, 6-man tag team action. We got taking on Odyssey Jones and Jacket Time. Stupid name. Of they dress like Japanese versions of Rick Steiner without them coming out and doing the Steiner line and go it is what it is. So we got Diamond Mine of the Cruiserweight champion Roderick Strong, and his partners, the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, with him, as we see Ivy Nile, Henry Suzuki, and Malcolm Bivens at ringside. It was an okay match, over 8.5 minutes. Nothing great. I just think it's a brutal beating by Diamond Mine at start, but also Kushida, as Roddy took Kushida, so that kind of is still going around for the Crew belt. So it's also with them. Roddy hits Odyssey Jones face on the apron. And Odyssey's like, "What you do to my face? You hit me, white man!" So he tries to come in. But then Julius Creed comes in. No, not Apollo Creed. Julius Creed. He comes in, jumps on Odyssey's back. Odyssey breaks it up, so Brutus comes in, gets flipped over for his efforts. And then Ikemen Jiro comes in. He starts on the arm of Brutus, but Brutus tags out to Roddy, who comes in, and then Kushida comes in. They face off again. It's like, hey, how you going? And then back to square one. So Kushida hits the basement drop kick, which rocks Roddy. And Kushida then takes out the Creed Brown. As we go to break, we come back. Julius is working over Ikemen Jiro, tags in his brother Brutus. Stussy Jones gets the hot tag. He gets Olympic slammed. And Stussy Jones like 300 pounds. I don't know, but I could be wrong. So Roddy hits the, and then everything breaks down. Everybody's in the ring, and then getting to the end, and Odyssey takes Roddy. Roddy's on the ground. Odyssey splashes Roddy. 1, 2, 3. As he gets the win for his team in a little over 8.5 minutes. So it is what it is. So did not have time tonight. And that's about that. So I gave that 0.25 out of 5 stars. So Odyssey Jones got a win over the champion. And what happens with that? Does he get a cruiserweight title shot? He's too big for a title. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. You see, pound guy go up against. I mean, we'll have to see. We will have to see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it for all that. Let me just check something real quick. Thank you for the free view. That's it. Anyway, after that, 2.5 stars. All right, then we see the old young veterans, Gibson and Drake. We see them stealing the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. I don't know how they did that, but they stole them from Toxic Attraction. Then they call Gibson's grandma a brag about. I was like, "Hoy, Ma, how you doing over there in England? We just stole the NXT Women's Tag Team titles because we can't win the Men's Tag Team titles by ourselves." So, his grandma, she's proud of their, which to give him the lion's share of the inheritance, I guess, for his family when his grandma kicks the bucket. Then we see a board somewhere labeled NanaCon. What the heck? I'm thinking, that's it. That's the whole segment. They steal the NXT Women's Tag Team belts. And then Gibson brags to his grandma. He's like, "Hey, Grandma, I won the titles. Look at me. Aren't you proud of me? Aren't you proud of you as grandson?" And his mom's like, "That's right. That's right, Sonny. I will." I can't do it. I can't do a voice. I apologize. So yeah. So his Nana's proud, and they have a board up labeled NanaCon. What the hell are they doing with the fucking grizzled young veterans? I mean, last week we had Uber drivers or something like that, and they go up to like random people and they steal their food and stuff, and then I think it was Drake. No, I forget which one's Drake, which one's Gibson. I think it was Drake went up, says Gibson says, this is how we're supposed to win matches and stuff, and then his partner's like, "I don't think that's the right way to do things." But I don't know. With NXT 2.0 like right now, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, they're getting rid of people. Vince wants to have young talent, like 18 to 23. So I'm not going to see, old farts like Ciampa for very long. Joe's not around because I think he's still injured with his concussion. I don't know when Joe's coming back, if at wrestling or the NXT or the WWE at that point. Again, maybe he'll go to. Then again, he can go to. Well, he can go to the only place he can go is Impact or Japan. Can't go to Ring of Honor. It's going to be pretty much gone in a couple of weeks, and that's it with that. Speaking of Ring of Honor, real quick, they had another event, an event this weekend called Honor for All, and at that event we saw 2 tag team champions being crowned in the OGK. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They won the belts of Kenny King and Dragon Lee. So they're the channel. I doesn't make sense, but okay. Now they go on to Final Battle in Baltimore on December, the final show, where they will face, why not, the Briscoe brothers. So we can see, the Briscoes. They've been there since day one. They win the tag team titles, and they end Ring of Honor the way they came in to Ring of Honor, not as champs, but you know what I mean. So they'll become 13-time champions. So they already won the Ring of Honor tag team titles. They defended them against F and AJ. What was his name? AJ Gray, I think his name is. I forgot. But yeah, but they defended them. They won in a pretty, a GCW style match. Mark Briscoe was busted open a little bit. Nothing ultra violent. Nothing much. Maybe some tables and chairs, and that's it. Nothing like freaking light tubes and anything like the barbed wire and shit like that. But it's what it is. Blah 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 blah. And then also at Final Battle, we will have. We'll see if there's going to be a final Ring of Honor World Champion as Bandito defends against the former Pure Champion Jonathan Gresham. Have that. I think on the line, tag team on TV. I mean, the world title's already on the line. Tag titles are already on the line. I think the women's title line. I think Roxy's going to defend against, I don't know who, maybe Angela. But we'll see what happens with that as Ring of Honor. Their final show, aptly named Final Battle, and then they're going to be going away for possibly 4 months. Supposedly coming back in April during Supercard of Honor, during WrestleMania weekend. There might be Supercard of Honor. They might be coming back as a independent federation, but it's going to be rebranded, new stars, maybe some old favorites. I don't know. We'll have to see between December the 13th, which is the after show, after on the TV tapings that'll go into 2022, and then after that we'll see what happens with Ring of Honor, if it's even called Ring of Honor next year. A lot of people saying it might not even be Ring of Honor next year. Ring of Honor will be dead on December the 13th. I hope not, because they had a good 20-year run. But, certain things have to come to an end eventually. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Ring of Honor. But I digress. All right, so going back to NXT, I don't went on a tangent, but it is what it is. So and maybe Michaels and Triple H recuperating from his condition. He's doing good from what you just said. That's good. That's always a good thing to hear hear that good buddy Triple H is doing good. That's all that matters. He's doing good. He's getting hopefully back in shape, and hopefully he can get back to work and fix NXT before he dies. But he's already killed NXT by just taking everybody out, and just now he's bringing in 18 to 20. He's getting rid of everybody. A roster where they can go basically to catering. That's where Hit Row's about to go, and probably Xia Li and Ali and Von Wagner. Yeah, Von Wagner's now on the SmackDown roster, supposedly, because he's going to be Adam Pearce's bodyguard. Stupid. And he's going to be put in. Actually, I take that back. I actually might be on the SmackDown men's team, taking over for. I have to find that out on Friday, I should say. So, yeah, but Survivor Series is all fucked up as it is. So, already 5 matches on the card. No hype at all. No build. This probably Survivor Series in their 36-year history. 36 years, and this is Survivor Series should be shut down and goodbye. Just get rid of this series. Joker, I think. Supposed to be Raw versus SmackDown, but basically it's for brand supremacy, but basically it's series 2016, maybe? I don't know. Actually, 2019, when it was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT just whipped the living crap out of Raw and SmackDown. Thank you, Adam Cole. But I digress. So I think it was 2019. So we'll see what happens this year. Probably not going to be that great. And sadly, it's in Brooklyn, and you know how those fans in Brooklyn, they'll let you know, especially at the Barclays Center, or if it's even at the Barclays or at the National Mausoleum, which is going to be on the 29th, or at the Barclays Center on Raw for the next night. And from what I heard on Twitter early, like at 9 o'clock, they were leaving. There was like 7,000 people there. They didn't sell that place out in Indianapolis. Everyone was leaving. I don't blame them. The show was garbage. People started leaving around 9:30. Surprised they had any fans left by the end of the show. Shows you how WWE's going is much better. Much more. That's it. All right. So after that, after the Grizzled Young Veterans weird shit, we see MSK. Now we saw him last week. They're walking, and then they were supposed to find the place where the guy that knows the story about MSK. They go to like a store or something like that, and then basically, I think the guy moved like 420 miles away. So Carter and was it Carter and who was it? Lee and Carter. Oh, we gotta go on the plane and talk about the club and just weird shit. But this week they get to the airport. I hope they showered because they say, we need a shower. We need to change your clothes. So anyway, they get to the airport. They get at the airport with flights to meet the shaman that knows about the whole history of MSK. So take separate flights, then get to wherever they're going, which is like 420 miles away. So they're on the plane, and we'll find out what happens either next week. Okay, I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. All right. After that, we get to match number 3. With our good friend Zion Quinn, the man that Alexa Lopez wants to fuck, as we saw last week with him and her dancing. Supposedly, they were kind of like meeting of the minds, and then like blah blah blah. Like Lopez wants that guy's, his Daniel Vidot's dick. That's his name. That's his real name. But Zion, dumb people don't know who he is. But anyway, Zion Quinn gets in the ring, and he has a 3-minute suckfest match with Andre Chase University. Well, I think he learned another lesson. Coming basically, Zion Quinn beats his ass when beats his ass in 3 minutes and 8 seconds with the jackhammer. I wonder who told him that. Goldberg. So he wins with the jackhammer, finishes Andre Chase, Holden Bravado, for those of you who don't know, in a 3-minute suckfest garbage match. I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Didn't give a crap. Go back to Andre Chase University, Andre Chase. Blah, blah, blah. But after the match, this is where it actually picks up a little bit. Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wild, JC, Legado del Fantasma, they jump line. Quinn fights him off, but then Santos Escobar, he comes in, jumps him from behind. So it's a 3-on-1 beatdown. And then Elektra Lopez comes in and basically gets in Zion's face and basically say, what she didn't say last week. He says, "Nobody says no to Elektra Lopez." And then Quinn gets planted right on the ramp. There's no ramp there. So yeah, the ever-growing Zion Quinn Legado del Fantasma storyline continues, and I think Zion should have said yes to Elektra Lopez's little thing last week when joining Legado. He said no, and you don't tell a woman no. Sure, it is what it is. She tells me no all the time, but I say no, big no. But I digress. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. So I give all that. Well, the match 1.5 out of 5 stars. The aftermatch 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. Let me just check my time. Oh, we're doing well. Okay, we're almost done here. All right, there we see former NXT Women's Champion Miss Jaquita Banasa. Ooh, yes, Raquel Gonzalez talking about how much she loved being the NXT Women's Champion. One show to the back, took that all away. Dakota was holding her. She says, 2, 3, no pun intended, Dakota Kai with that shovel. So we see that in the main event. So we'll see what happens to that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go in the ring, and we have a poker table set up. And as we saw last week with my good friend Duke Hudson and Cameron Grimes to the moon. As Duke Hudson comes in after Cameron's win last week, and he says, "I'm not going to be duped again. We're going to have a poker showdown right here in the ring," and Cameron accepted it. All right, so we got the poker table in the ring. We have what's her name? Angela, or I think his name is Alicia. The announcer for NXT's in the ring. All the rules for the game. Something like that. Anyway, so we over the rules. Duke losers. Cameron says he played Hudson. Now it's time for some poker. All right, so we're gonna play poker. I guess regular poker, I guess. So they play out a hand. The pot gets to nearly $20,000. And the fans are like, "Come on, Cameron! Come on, you can win this! Come on!" And Duke Hudson's like, "Shut up!" Then he calls, and then they deal out the river cards, and the three cards, the river card. The final card is dealt, and Cameron goes all in. Already, the first hand you go all in, Cameron. Come on now, space your time, man. Come on, you don't want to go all in and lose your money on the first fucking hand. Come on. So he goes all in, and Hudson's kind of scared to play. Even though he has the best hand, supposedly. So Hudson just like loses it, thinks that Grimes has him beat, and then he folds like a douchebag. How do you fold with the best hand? Come on. Anyway, Hudson grabs the cards to find out he was bluffed. Again, so Cameron bluffs him again, like he did 2 weeks ago at his place, Duke's place. So so Cameron gets the win. He wins $20,000 of Duke Hudson's money, I guess. Like he won 2 weeks ago money. So Grimes is all happy. He thinks this is great. This is hilarious. Then Duke Hudson kicks him right in the head. He picks him up, power bombs to the table. Then, to make it worse for Cameron, Hudson grabs some scissors and starts cutting Cameron's beard and his hair. And we'll see what happens with that. Then we see a thing with Cameron. He has some shorter hair. We can't see his face really. We see the back. In the back, his shirt's all messed up. He leaves the WC. We all knew that. We all knew from the news. Cameron Grimes getting a makeover, which I don't like. So I'm gonna see a brand new Cameron Grimes maybe next week. Ugh. I just hope we can stand whoever Cameron's look. It better be worth it. Because he was a star with that whole Eli Drake and Ted DiBiase with $1 million title. Him chasing Eli, getting the belt at TakeOver 36, and then basically giving it right back to Ted DiBiase, which made no sense. Cameron was gonna go. He got into a program with Duke Hudson and all this poker crap. He wins at Halloween Havoc. Then at the week after Halloween Havoc, I think he duped Duke Hudson, and then this whole poker showdown happens. Then he dupes him again, wins $20,000. And now Duke Hudson got mad. He cut his hair and he cut his beard. So we're gonna see maybe a clean-shaven Cameron Grimes and a new, like a shorter haircut. I think it's gonna look horrible. So anyway, I gave this whole thing 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. So we'll see what happens with Cameron next week, and that's that. All right. O'Reilly Auto Parts, and he doesn't seem too happy with Wagner appearing on SmackDown this past Friday night. He's like, but even though you're gone at the end of next month, and you're going to your friend Adam and your friend Bobby in and by January. It's so bad, Kyle. You're gonna be out of NXT pretty soon. Just won't be on the main roster for WWE. Too bad for you. So anyway, he's kind of pissed that Von Wagner's on SmackDown. But I mean, they're gonna let Cool Head and they gotta team up against Briggs and Brooks Jensen, basically have no name. Well, I can't call them rednecks. Just two guys, Briggs and Jensen, Gaza and Humberto Carrillo, calling them Angel and Humberto. Stupid. So why don't you do that? That's like Briggs and Jensen taking on Kyle and Vaughn. Why not? So anyway, this was about a 5-minute match. Not a great match. The whole show wasn't really that great until the end. But I digress. And alright, now my computer just took a dump. There we go. Alright, so it's Benson's clothesline kicks him before grabbing it. Comes in. And we got a double shoulder tackle on Kyle. And then Imperium, the tag team champions, they're watching in the back. Marcel Barthel and Adrian. Adrian. No. I can't think of the goddamn names now. Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel. So he came to me. So they're watching from the back as Kyle gets the tag to the big man Von Wagner. And him and Briggs go have a standoff. And Briggs can't, take the big man down with a shoulder tackle. So Wagner powers him up into the corner again for the kicks of, but that's him a bear hug. But Kyle gets out of it. Gets back to Wagner. And then every breakdown, Kyle Briggs down on the floor with a dive, which leaves Von Wagner in the ring to hit a double underhook swinging that little kind of pedigree and kind of neck breaker or something like that. So he hits this finisher on Jensen. 1, 2, 3. They get the win. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Nothing to see here, and that's pretty much it. Then we go to the back where we see Imperium. They kind of are impressed with Kyle and Vaughn. Like, oh yes, good. So that's might be a tag team title match, and that'll probably be Kyle's last match. Who's going to be on SmackDown mainly. I don't know if he's gonna do anything else. And then it saw Von Wagner of all people on SmackDown for no apparent reason, and now they just shot him right up to the main roster. It's like, oh, we're just gonna have you. We bring you into NXT 2.0. We rebranded everything. You come in. Last minute. You come in after after Kyle gets knocked out of the tournament for the world title. You come in. You almost win the title. Had a pretty good showing. Everybody's happy. And everybody's like, oh, this Von Wagner's gonna be great. We can see him at WrestleMania. Because Vince loves the guy. Because he loves big, tall, beefy guys. That's how Vince is, because he's a big man himself, 76 years old. He's 76 years old. 76 years old. He's senile dementia. Senile bastard, has dementia, but he's still built like a fucking truck. Go figure. But he likes these big, sweaty, beefy guys. But he doesn't want to have all these old timers around anymore. He just wants to have a young, make NXT like a little indie fed. 18 to 23, 24-year-old men and women that are around that same height. Well, the men around the same height. Big men. And then the women, you have to be 18 to 23. So I'll be around, a little bit older than what Aaliyah is. I think Aaliyah's like in her 20s, I think. I didn't know that she was in the YWC. I didn't know that until I heard it. I was like, from I think Heel Steel. Heel Steel was the first one that I found out from. I was like, she was in the YWC. I was like, when? I don't remember her from the YWC. Somebody has to send me a tape or something like that. Not a tape. Send me a video of Aaliyah because I don't remember her from The 12 years I've been on YouTube, I don't remember a girl named Aaliyah in the YWC. Is this who I'm thinking of back in like 2011, 2012, when she was like this tall? Like, not like 4 foot something? But boy, did she grow up and she looked kind of, I mean, Aaliyah looks mad good. Man, she is very good looking. But, not my taste, but it is what it is. Because, as we all know, my Asian persuasion, my first, second, and third wife, Io, Kyrie, and Asuka. Nobody's ready for Asuka except my dick. But, then I gotta worry about, Sasha Banks, knocking on my door every so often. Because she's number 4. But I digress. But we'll move on. Right, so what happens with Imperium and O'Reilly and Von Wagner coming up? Might be a tag team title match on down the road, and that's it. So I gave all that 2.25 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna finish this up in a little. Got a little bit more to go. All right. After that, we see Mrs. Dexter Lumis. Well, she's in the trainer's room. She's kind of worried about her husband's, Dexter Lumis's hand. Blah 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 blah. And then we see Persia Parada there, her Indy's best friend. She said she will wrestle on her own, but she's not too happy about it. So it's supposed to be Indy and Persia taking on Gabby Stevens, Anna Levy, I guess, 2 rookies. I heard the name Gabby Stevens somewhere, but I could be wrong. But we're gonna get that in a minute. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to another edition of Lashing Out with Lash. I thought they would have dropped this thing already, but anyway, this week, she's lashing out, no pun intended, about Kaylee Ray, the former UK women's champion, who beat the crap out of Sarai and sent her back to Japan. That's not good. But anyway, so she doesn't like Kaylee Ray, and then Grayson Waller pops in to be her guest. So all the veterans who have made it this far, I guess, not Ciampa and company like that, Kyle, Pete Dunne, Gargano, Lumis, whatever. So it talks about that, and then Waller was successfully Audi TV and video to get on here. So basically like a Tough Enough video, I guess. Well, because it was at the tryouts, something like that. Anyway, he said the business has changed because it's no longer about how many stars you get, but how many followers. So Lash says the tea has just been spilled, whatever that means. And yeah, that's basically it. So basically, it was like Lash, I don't give a fuck about Kaylee Ray. And then Grayson Waller comes in and says, I got here just by sending in a tape. Hey, I should send a tape. Maybe I'll be on NXT 2.0, not wrestling, but I probably could kick the shit out of the entire Ciampa, maybe. A few guys will probably kick my ass. I mean, legit kick my ass. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne will probably break my hand and like he'll grab my hand and it's broken. Just grab my my hand. He goes, I can't use my hand. I mean, come on, I gotta jack off the ego. I only got one hand. I can't do it with my left hand or my right hand. I'm right-handed. I can't do it left-handed. Damn it, Pete Dunne. Damn you. Go up to him. God, freaking give him a Gilmore card out. Then I just have to keep the other. Well, really not many. Well, besides Raquel. Well, Raquel Gonzalez, she has her own problems with Braun Strowman, so I have to keep away from Raquel Gonzalez. Other than that, well, I just got to keep Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane away from me. Those are 3 hot, show them the king of extremes. You know what I mean? That's the only 3 people that if I ever made it to NXT, That's the only 3 ladies I have to worry about. Other than that, indies with Dexter, I have to keep away from Dexter because he's creepy. And then, Dakota Kai, she's kind of wacky too now with her new, like, she's kind of like wacky, so might just like, hi. Persia Parada's like 6 feet tall. I'm like, get away from me. And then other than that, just be me and Io, and that's it. My dream comes true. Sort of. I digress, though, And, just gotta keep away from Kaylee Ray because she probably can kick my ass too. But other than that, basically besides Ciampa, Pete Dunne, maybe Gargano, maybe Dexter, and maybe a couple other guys in there in the men's division, I probably can kick the rest of the fucking roster's ass. The men's roster, of course. Like, me and Kushida could probably have a good technical match. Me and Ika and Jiro just show off his freaking jacket, like, hey, look at me! Look at me! I'm giving Jiro! We have sushi later after you see my jacket! Ah! And I'm like, dude, I want to see your jacket. Boom! Gilmore Carter. 1, 2, 3. Done. Get him out of here. And out of here. That's it. Whoop! Goodbye. Next thing I know, I'm probably the NXT World Champion, and I just look at freaking Beth Phoenix and go, this is what a Hall of Famer looks like. Not you, because you're not a Hall of Famer, Beth Phoenix. I'm sorry. You are. Technically, you are, but you really should not be a Hall of Famer. Before somebody like Chyna or somebody like Miss Elizabeth or somebody like Gail Kim or Mickie James. When way too soon, like the Bella sluts. Don't even get me started on the Hall of Fame. I can go another 5 hours when I'm not. I gotta go to bed soon. It's right 2:30 in the morning. All right, so we got that. I really didn't give 2 shits, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Blah 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 blah. All right, finish this up. All right, then we go to your first match of the night. Persia Pirotta in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Gabby Stevens and Jenna Levy. Basically, Persia comes out, beats the crap out of these 2 jobbers, and seems to get the attention of Robert Stone, Robbie E, of course. She wins with a sit-out F5. Of all things, I didn't know that actually could do that. I could do it. How can you do a sit-out F5? I guess you could she sits down and she gets up, hits the F5. Basically, that's it. 2 minutes of total domination, and I gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And then we see Robert Stone's like, I can bring back the Robert Stone brand. I got rid of Taya Valkyrie and Aaliyah. What's her name? The other one. Was it Jessica? What was her name? Whatever it was. Yeah, they got rid of basically Aaliyah, Taya Valkyrie, and the other chick. I can't remember her name, but so now Robert Stone's kind of looking for a new Robert Stone brand. Now he's looking at that kind of and then goes to catering. And we'll see what happens with that. So, like I said, 1.5 out of 5 stars after that. All right, then we see Dakota Kai. No, doing her. Thinking she has Tourette syndrome. Dakota Kai seems a bit off, you think, but she says she needs to purge Raquel Gonzalez, and then Toxic Attraction comes in. Well, all of them, because they're hot. Why not? Because we saw them like a week or so ago when Dakota came back. So Mandy, Gigi, and JC Jane pop up to scare her off. But then the grizzled young veterans come in and it's like, oh, we're sorry for stealing your belts. Here you go. Okay, so point of them stealing. and then having Gibson call grandma and Nona Khan thing. What the hell is going on with this show? This company, this basically, yeah, this brand. What the fuck's going on here? Like this whole episode was just whack, like weird. What is in the water in WWE lately? I I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the water in there. But that's all I gotta say about that. All right, so I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we see the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT World Champion. He's ready to face, and he's gonna go to the ring to address that. But before we get that, we get Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro at a music festival where we see them dancing. Was that Rocklahoma? Not Rocklahoma. Rockfest, the one in Orlando with Metallica. Was yeah, with Metallica. We saw Shotzi getting crowd surfing and shit. There was that. Maybe been that one. I don't know. Anyway, so they're dancing and having a good time. They want to bring the party to everyone. So that was kind of cool. I like this. This is what we should get in wrestling. Like show what happens, with the wrestlers. They go to like shows and they go to a movie or something like that. Then let's see what behind the scenes stuff, like what MSK is kind of doing. Trying to get the backstory on how MSK came to be and everything. The shaman Miguel. I don't know. But yeah, I like this segment, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So kind of cool. Kind of cool to see them at a music festival dancing and partying and shit. I like it. I'd like to see more of it. That's that. All right, so before the main event, we get Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. He comes out for a chat. Doesn't like a lot of these new people, including Grayson Waller, mocking old wrestlers working the indies for a hot dog and a handshake. Okay, then. Grayson Waller comes in and says, hey, I sent in a tape. Look, I am. I'm in NXT now, getting a handshake and a blowjob. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And Ciampa's like, fuck you, dude. Anyway. So he talks about that, bashes Grayson Waller, buries him. Good. And then Braun Breaker. He comes out, cuts off Ciampa, says Ciampa must be upset over these new talents popping up around him. But Ciampa's like, well, you lost that Halloween Havoc, and I got a clip of that. So we see that match where Ciampa beat Braun. I know, man. I'm going completely berserk. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, they really loving the kind of like tease Steiner name and everything, even though they don't want to bring the Steiner name up, but they're teasing it a lot. When is debuting, it's like the Stolen Rick was saying it, and then the whole thing with Chucky at Halloween Havoc. And now Ciampa says Breaker has less than a 33.3% chance of taking the title because he's just a puppy instead of the champ. Take his 33.3% combined with Ciampa's 66 and 2/3% chance, gives Ciampa a 100% chance of retaining the title by Steiner math. All we need is Scott Steiner to come out and just say, yeah, that is wrong or something like that. That was kind of funny. That line by Ciampa was funny as hell. So I gave all that probably the segment of the night out of 5 stars. It was just funny as hell, man. But anyway, I digress. And we'll move on. All right, then we go to the main event. Raquel Gonzalez against Dakota Kai, trying to get her revenge from Halloween Havoc. Before the match, Raquel Gonzalez point Olympic gold medal gymnast I'm saying this right. Mensa Stock in the front. That's nice. So beating on Dakota in the corner, smiling. It's like, this is so good. Beat me up. Come on, beat me up. Beat me up. Or like that great song by our good friends in Slipknot used to sing, fuck, fuck, fuck me up and cut me up. The last album. Not this one, but not not the one they have out now. What was it called? Uh All Life Is Gone or whatever it's called. The new one, you know what I've been talking about. The one that just came out from Slipknot. Blah 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 blah. So blah blah blah. My Gonzalez just beat the crap out of her. Then she picks off an over the shoulder backbreaker, makes it even worse for Dakota. And then Gonzalez gets sends Dakota outside. Kai gets in a shot of her own. Back. Dakota hits a running boot against the ropes for a near fall. Goes up top. Shows Raquel off for trying a suplex. Another kick. Raquel in trouble. But Raquel comes back. Even though and then in their fall as Kai breaks up. Then she goes for the Chicana bomb. The and then spins Dakota around for a crash. It's like grab up, exposed bottom turnbuckle. Ouch! The hit Raquel with at Halloween Havoc, but she brings it in the ring. The referee's trying to get it away. Raquel takes it away from the ref. It's like, give me that. And then about to bash Dakota in the head with it, and then Toxic Attraction comes in. They jump Raquel, causing a disqualification right near the 12-minute mark. So Gonzalez match was, it was not great. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, the beatdown is on. It's a 4-on-1 down. Yeah, Toxic Attraction and come out with Dakota. So it's a 4-on-1 beatdown. Then Corey Jade comes in because what happened last week, her and then Raquel's like, hey, she's mine first. You can get her later. She comes in, so beating the crap out of everybody. And then Mandy cuts that off, and Corey Jade gets beat living crap out of them. So now it's a 4-on-2. And then Zoe Stark, who had leg surgery like a couple weeks ago, she comes out, her legs in the cast. What is she doing out here? I'm like, you can't wrestle, your legs all fucked. So she comes out, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get involved, I'm gonna use my crutch. No. But anyway, then her partner, Io, my third out. She grabs from and she gets wailing on everybody, clears the ring, and then they go to the outside. They kind of come back in. A big, humongous brawl happens. The fans are chanting "War Games, War Games," and then Raquel Gonzalez gets up. And Zoe and Corey Jade games. Io gets on the where the hell was William Regal at? I was like, well, it's coming. War Games is coming. We got to hear him. He doesn't come out. Io gets on the mic in her broken English, which is so sexy as fuck. But anyway, she gets on the War Games. Can we have sushi? No, she says War Games. So yeah, so that's basically it. So then, as it's going to be Team Io of her, I guess Zoe Stark, I guess somebody else gets put in, Corey Jade and Raquel Gonzalez taking on Toxic Attraction or Team Mandy, basically, of Mandy, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan and Dakota Kai in the double ring cage match. So yeah, Toxic Attraction goes from a ladder match at Halloween Havoc that basically kind of injured everybody. I mean, freaking Io almost died at that fall when she hit her. She fell and it hit her head. Oh, I'm gonna be starting with that. And then Zoe Stark broke her leg. And then freaking I think both members of Gigi and JC Jane got hurt in that. Well, didn't get hurt, but they took bumps, a lot of scary bumps in that match. So they're gonna put them in a fucking cage, a double cage even. Makes it even worse for them. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, so we got a 4-on-4 women's War Games match at the pay-per-view on December the 5th, and I hate to be Team Mandy right now. I would hate to have that, and I guess in a couple of weeks we're gonna see who gets the advantage in the match. Who comes out first and stuff like that. No, same thing with the men. We'll probably see with the men what the men do next week because we're 2 weeks away. So I gotta get the men's War Games match settled and booked and everything. Who's gonna be in War Games? I guess we're gonna see Braun Breaker and Ciampa 2. So that's the third match. They're gonna probably put 2 more matches on the card. Maybe a tag title match with Imperium and maybe I guess either I don't know what it's gonna do with maybe Imperium against Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner, or MSK, or maybe the Grizzly Young Veterans on another boring as fuck Fatal 4-way match for the titles. And then either the North American title gets defended by whoever wins the title match next week between Pete Dunne, Carmelo Hayes, and Johnny Gargano. Or maybe we'll see Kushida going against Roddy, or maybe Odyssey Jones gets a shot at Roddy for the Cruiserweight title. I mean, because there is no women's title match on the line. Of course, the women's title is not on the line because the women's champion is in War Games. So we don't get that. So we're gonna get a men's title match, the War Games matches. That's 3. Probably a tag title match, and probably we can't get the women's titles because they're in War Games too. So that's out of that. So it's gonna be a tag team title match. And the 5th match will be either a Cruiserweight title match or a North American title match. So we'll see what happens with that. But they're setting up the card a little bit, so we'll just start to build a little bit now. So we'll see what happens next week on the Thanksgiving Eve edition. Well, not even Thanksgiving Eve. The Thanksgiving Eve edition of SmackDown, the November the 23rd edition of SmackDown, right before Thanksgiving. So I'll probably do something with that. Same thing on Dynamite on the next night, the 24th. So I'll probably do something with related to turkey. Maybe something on SmackDown as well because it's Black Friday, and they'll do something maybe like maybe they'll do something on Raw this coming Monday night on the aftermath of Survivor Series. They'll do something with turkey, maybe like a turkey street fight or something like that. I don't know. Kind of like a Thanksgiving feast thing. Impact's gonna have an episode on Thanksgiving that nobody's gonna watch except for posting and the other 78,000 people that watch that fucking show, that fucking promotion. But I digress. Dynamite might do something next Wednesday night regarding Thanksgiving, and then Rampage. On that Friday night, do something regarding Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. I just think these holiday theme shows are just ridiculous. This should not happen. It should not happen. And I don't know there's going to be a Christmas Eve show for Rampage and SmackDown. I would probably doubt it because it's Christmas Eve. I don't think any wrestler wants to work on Christmas Eve. So probably I would think they're going to tape SmackDown and they're going to tape Rampage. Obviously, Rampage is going to be taped. on the 22nd of December from wherever they're gonna be. So Rampage is definitely gonna be taped. So that's don't have to watch that. As far as SmackDown, that might be taped the weekend before, but we'll see what happens with that, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's it for NXT. Thank you all for watching. Didn't have anybody in the chat, but it is what it is. I know it's late, but I know I started like an hour and 40 minutes ago, so I thought I was gonna get Nick, but I guess Nick went to sleep, so he doesn't get a paycheck. But I digress. Me and him kind of had a little argument today, but we're good. We're good. Everything's good between me and my good buddy, the tribal chief of the chat, Mr. Nick Infante 92. But he'll probably be on tomorrow if I can get him on. But we'll see what happens with that. That's it. But anybody who did watch probably left a dislike. Thank you for the free view, and that's it. So thank you for watching. My final rating for this kind of edition of NXT 2.0. I'm going to give it 5.5 out of. I already gave you 6, but I'm going to scale it back. So I'm going to go 5.5 out of 10 stars. Nothing great. I think the ratings won't be that great this week. I doubt they'll even get 600,000 this week. NXT starting to turn into Rampage with their ratings. Even on Rampage, got 515,000 views. Whoosh. Imagine what NXT does this week. Can they get around 600, or are we going to get around a little over 525,000? Well, we'll see. And that's pretty much it. All right, so the recap really quickly. Tonight, Tony D'Angelo defeated Dexter Lumis with a Fisherman's Neckbreaker. Ozzy Jones and Jacket Time and Hikaru Jiro defeated the Diamond as Ozzy Jones hits a big splash on Roddy. And they took care of Roddy and the Creed brothers in 6-man tag team action. Zion Quinn gets a cheap squash win over Andre Chase with a jackhammer. Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner beat Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs as Von Wagner hits a double underhook swinging slam on Jensen. They get the win there. Persia Pirotta won a squash match against Gabby Stevens and Jenna Levy with a sit-out F5 to Levy. In the main event, Kel Gonzalez beats Dakota Kai via disqualification after Toxic Attraction comes in. And then EO and company come in, and then EO announces War Games, and we'll see what happens next week on NXT 2.0. As the big match next week is for the North American title, Carmelo Hayes defending against Pete fucking Dunne and Johnny Wrestling Johnny Gargano. And hopefully Dexter will be there. Dexter Lumis will be there. We don't know the severity of his hand injury, but we'll see what happens with all of that and more on NXT 2.0 next Tuesday night on the USA Network. And that's it. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Once again, 5.5 out of 10 stars for NXT 2.0. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And you can also hit me up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with your thoughts. So if you have any questions, you can always hit me up on social media or just come in my next live chat and ask me questions galore if you want. I don't really care. It is what it is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on this channel and all my other channels as well down below in the description box. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell. And that's pretty much it. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go take a mean old shit right now and then go to bed because I got to get up really in the next couple hours. Got to take a quick snooze, and then I got to get up for do my stuff. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the free views, you stupid little cunts. And that's it. Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on, rock hard with you. Cute. And if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. That's all I got to say about that. Sorry I didn't do my good outro this time because I had to really go to the bathroom. So I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out, rock on. And I'll see you next time. Peace.